If you're watching this video, this means that you want to know what's the most efficient way to grind diamond camos for assault rifles. By the way, I grinded 2 guns in the same match for my games. That's how I got diamond camo really quickly. If you are grinding only for 1 assault rifle per match, you can still use these methods and info I'm going to place in this video. But I'm letting you know this is meant if you're grinding 2 assault rifles at the same time in the same match. In this video, I'm going to tell you the tips and tricks for each gun and map, what maps to avoid, which gunsmith works for what gun, what loadout to use, which includes perks, score streaks, etc., what to expect, which gun is the most difficult to use. Let's get started. The first one is what maps to avoid. Before we get started, I just realized there are a ton of maps in free-for-all. These are the maps I haven't played or rarely played due to the matches I played not having them. Hard Hat, Canador Hideout, Amrenda Strike, Arsenal, and Satellite. Maps to avoid either due to campers or easy to get score streaks in these maps. Scrapyard, Cage, Shipment to save your mental health, Crossfire, and Faliva, especially the last 2 I just mentioned. Scrapyard due to sniper campers camping on each end of the side, Cage due to campers staying in the middle or at the edge of the map, Shipment, do I really have to say anything here? Crossfire, snipers camping, and I mean a lot of them, in the edge of the map, corners of the map, and the little huts and windows and buildings of the map, anywhere basically. A Failout map, people are literally on rooftops. If you play on that map, expect people not on the ground, but on rooftops and on buildings that have windows. I suggest do not play on those maps, especially if you really want an easy grind. The rest are fine and playable. Number 2 is which gunsmith to use for each gun. I'll be showing you which gunsmith I used to play for my diamond camo adventure, but here's a warning. Some of these gunsmith builds will have an outline of a color to indicate which one is an old gunsmith build or not. Red means it's 3+ seasons old, yellow means it's a season old, and green means it's this season. By the time we're recording this, I finished the previous season, so we're gonna count that. Some of these guns have diamond camo already before I even started this grind, especially for SMGs, LMGs, and the other. Number 3 is the loadout I use for my diamond camo. First I use 2 loadouts. I graded 2 guns in my diamond grind. First loadout is meant for the first weapon, and the second loadout is meant for the final weapon you're going to end with the match. A main weapon slot can be any gun you choose. For the example, we're using assault rifles, so it could be any assault rifles. And the secondary for that first loadout has to be a launcher. The reason is if you hit 10 kills and you haven't died yet, or you want to kill yourself but you don't want to die to an enemy to give them the advantage of a point, you use a launcher, you shoot yourself on the ground, and boom. First select the loadout and then use a launcher to kill yourself. And then boom, you are using the other loadout in the second half of the match. The operator skill I use for both of them is kinetic armor. The armor is for more health if I am under attack from multiple players. I didn't use any lethal in order to use my stun quicker, rather than switching from my lethal to my stim. The score streaks I use are UAV, counter UAV, and SAM turret. UAV to see where the enemies are, counter UAV is to block anyone using the map or have a UAV, SAM turret to destroy any score streak in the sky or destroy enemies' UAVs. The perks I use are lightweight, cold-blooded, or quick fix, and high alert or hardline. Lightweight is for running faster, cold-blooded is to counter AI score streaks an enemy is going to use. If you don't care about that, then use quick fix for a faster health regen. High alert for receiving notification on where the enemy is aiming from. If you don't want that and want to get sword streaks faster, then I prefer to use hardline. But if you're using 2 guns in the same match, I recommend using high alert. Since if you want to use the score streaks, it's not really recommended since, you know, it's only like 600 points or 800 points just to get Sam turret. That's the first loadout. The second loadout has the same thing. There's little quirks to it. I'll show you on the screen. The first and second loadout. That's my finishing touch. But if you only want to use your favorite gun, your favorite assault rifle, let's say the Kilo, got the diamond yet, you can replace Sam turret or counter UAV with a sentry and chopper instead. And you can replace your launcher with melee if you want to have faster movement. Number 4, what to expect for free throw. Recently, for the past 5 guns, I have encountered a lot of QQ9s, snipers, and 3-shot meta users, and score streak users, and I mean a lot of them. The main ones to deal with are the 3-shot meta users, especially if they're really good players. Trust me, it's a hassle. Those are the ones that cause a lot of mayhem. The only way to counter them is to hope that they're either bad players or you have good aim to prevent them from getting an advantage from their score streaks. And trust me, if you're an above average player, then you don't really need to worry since you already have good aim. And any gun that you use, it's pretty good. Except from the swordfish, which I'm going to get it later in this video. If you don't have any of those, then you're going to struggle hard time. You're going to struggle a lot. And trust me, grinding diamonds for these guns, especially certain assault rifles, against any of those players is really tough. Last part is which AR is the most difficult to use when grinding diamond camo in Call of Duty Mobile. For the assault rifle category in this video, it is any burst weapon. But the M13 is easy to use. The swordfish, on the other hand, is one of the most difficult guns to ever use in the assault rifle category. One of the reasons is it's a burst weapon. Originally, it's 3 bursts, but there's a magazine, which I kind of forgot. You can do 5 bursts. In the 5 burst magazine, you only need to hit 4 shots. You need to hit all 3 shots. So I recommend using the mag here, which I am showing you on the screen, on the gunsmith I used, which I showed previously. In order to use this gun efficiently, you have to have great aim, good accuracy, knowing which gunsmith is right for you, what perks will help you achieve diamond camo faster. But here's some tips for you to how to use swordfish. Mainly, you really want to play corners and slow with this gun. The loadout I showed you is meant for a faster and slaying playing style, which means that I have rushed my players. I didn't camp. I didn't hide in the corners. I rushed. I slayed those players. But I know a lot of players don't play like that, and they're playing corners. Here are the builds I recommend for you, which you put on the screen here, and they'll tell you which one is meant for playing corners, or which one's playing slow, or if you want to use the build I used, I'll put on the screen as well. You can stop and take pictures of which gunsmith you want to use. I don't recommend pushing, since if you miss a lot of your shots, the kill time increases a lot. That's all in today's video for the assault rifle category. Next up, I'm doing snipers. Thank you, and hope you enjoy.